and I'm the product manager for our product Exodus 1. So, like what Bruce Lee once said, because I'm Chinese, I have to reference. So, he said, "Be water, my friend." We have been bounded by forms and rules created by these big corporations, and they decided what our profile will look like, what our profile should include, what our data should go, and even what ad we should see. So the beauty of blockchain, we believe, is like water. It's flexible, and yet the water is able to destruct and then rebuild a foundation of trust again. So that's what the Exodus project is about. So, is there anyone who doesn't know what blockchain is in the room? I probably don't think so. Because we really go to a lot of conference and we present a lot of cool, techniques and technology. And the first question I get is, so what is blockchain? So, with the Exodus project being almost 1 year old, we have so many things we're planning to do with the goal to build a foundation of trust and security for the blockchain ecosystem mobile device. So HTC has been a mobile manufacturer for those who don't know us yet. We are born and made in Taiwan proudly, and we have been a mobile manufacturer for more than 20 years. We've been building trusted mobile devices for the world. And we think it is natural to want to grow a community based on mobile devices. When you look at how mobile devices has replaced so many things and functions in our life nowadays. So just last week at MWC, we're really excited about our announcing our partnership with Opera, their first native Web 3.0 browser. And together, we are then able to rebuild, and we were able to really build a ground floor for a secure and user-friendly blockchain ecosystem. So I want to show you a video we have that talks about our collaboration with Opera. Can we get a little bit void sound? Yeah. So, I have 3 videos. Maybe you can turn up a little bit. Just a little bit. Do I have other videos? Because this one. We'll just play it off. Yeah. Anyways, you can see our collaboration with Opera is really not just preloading an application. So as our first partner integrated with the Zion Key Management API, we're actually demonstrating and allowing users to be guarded by one most secure hardware wallet while exploring the blockchain application intuitively and freely. And this video talks about how the Zion wallet is virtually integrated with and users can easily view and browse all the Web3 applications and just direct interact with all the applications. Okay, so it is actually really exciting when you think about it. So we can now use our public key to log in across platforms, and we're able to view and explore seamlessly. And we don't have those ridiculous ununified username and password that I have to create every time I log in different applications because it's so hard to remember. And your assets are now more secure, and we can finally be able to direct make direct micropayments to services and organizations. And this collaboration also opens up a new way for business opportunities and support as well. For example, I'm now able to contribute to writers, arts, musics, and even donate to nonprofit easier. And we can still view all the website we enjoy on the Opera PC version, and then when authorizing payments, we'll just turn to the Exodus 1 to do the secure payment directly. So we did get some arguments about, why do you want to make a blockchain phone, and there's not so much blockchain one could explore. But we think someone's got to start somewhere, somewhere at some point. And it is our responsibility as a developer and a manufacturer to make sure the newbies or people that are not so nerdy could be as safe as we possibly can help them in order to really scale up the community base. So the term blockchain can be scary enough for common people, not to mention showing the nonsense wallet address digit to them. And this is why starting with something they're very familiar with and slowly lure them into benefits of blockchain is a good start. Everyone uses a browser nowadays, and for technically, end users don't really feel much of a difference if you're using blockchain technology or not. So we think that having this secure environment plus the seamless experience would really help them go into what we call Web 3.0 and blockchain industry era. And by the time they realize, they might already be using Ether to buy pizza and hopefully less than 10,000 Bitcoin. In order to extend security to what we're used to, we also need to build a secure environment to protect our users' crypto assets. So in the crypto space, if you don't own your own keys, you don't really own your cryptocurrency and assets. So this is what we believe. This is really important. If you don't own your keys, you don't really own your cryptocurrencies and assets. And why shouldn't we have our ownership to our own assets, data, and even identity? And why is owning our keys so important? It is not that those companies, whether banks or big data companies, are not secure. They're very secure in many ways, but the problem is there's too much incentives for hackers to steal these information. I think anyone who knows blockchain knows this. Having a database that sweet spot basically tells all the digital thieves that, hey, all the valuables and sensitive informations are here, come hack me. So the reason you need to hold your private key is now all the risks are spread among all your individual devices. So it is much more sophisticated and complicated for people to steal our identity. And there have been multiple data breaches from companies such as Facebook, Google, and Sony, Target, and even Amazon. And these are all very well-known and trustworthy brands. We're not pinpointing any of these companies, and there are risks to be your own bank as well, but it does take practice and education to own your own assets and learn to keep them safe. With this belief that users should own their own crypto and control, we created Zion, the all-in-one private vault on the blockchain. So starting with the Zion Vault, we are utilizing what we already have in the phone, a TEE, Trusted Execution Environment, to safeguard the keys. So TEE runs in parallel of the operating system in an isolated environment. Trusted applications running in TEE have access to main processor and memory, whereas hardware isolation protects these components from user install application running the main operating system. So software and cryptographic isolation inside the TEE protect different contained applications from each other. So on top of TEE, we have a trusted UI where when users are typing passcode or authorizing payments, it will all be done under a trusted UI where not even Android can access. So by providing this safe environment for our users, we think it's an entry port to empower users to have their own keys. So that's how we are protecting the private keys on the Exodus. And then we created the social key recovery mechanism. This feature is optional on top of the 12-word C recovery phrase. So basically, you can set up 3 to 5 trusted contacts of your choice, iPhone or Android, and Zion will break your seed and encrypt using Shamir secret sharing. When you need trusted contact will help you recover the wallet. And we have an example of the use case. So, let's say Mr. Donald Trump bought an Exodus 1, and he created the Zion wallet and did what he was told. Secure his seed phrase in the vault in the White House. And he traveled around the world to promote world peace. And on the way to North Korea, his Exodus 1 dropped and fell off Air Force One, let's say. With his seed phrase locked in the White House, like everyone else do, we keep our seed phrase very safely. He cannot access his wallet to pay for gas for the Air Force One. And luckily, Mr. Trump remembers to set up the social key recovery, so he called his trusted contact, Putin, President Xi, and of course, President Macron, at the gas station, and was able to recover all the wallet for him from his trusted contacts. So you get the idea of how social key recovery may come in to rescue. Originally, we have a video talking about how social key recovery works.
No other device has ever given users ownership of their private keys.
Basically, you can
Owning the Exodus 1 means first owning your keys, cryptocurrencies, and crypto assets. This lays the foundation to later owning your digital identities and personal data. With the power of owning your private keys comes the responsibility of keeping it safe. The problem is what happens when you lose your phone. When Exodus 1 empowers you with your keys, it also means that HTC or any third party does not have a copy of your keys in some centralized cloud. Just like in real life, when you're lost or need answers, we designed a mechanism for you to rely on your close family and friends for backup. Besides using your unique 12-word recovery phrase, you have the choice to opt in to restore your wallet through the Zion social key recovery mechanism.
Last but not least, our Zion Key Manager API and Zion Vault SDK is available. We would like to work with anyone who believes the same. Let user own their own data and build a foundation of trust and security. So the Zion API will allow you to store your key in the TE directly, and it will provide an added value to your users on Exodus. And your users will also be protected by the trusted UI when authorizing transactions and more. The C is actually generated from TE as well. For Zion Vault SDK, it allows you to save resources to maintain your own wallet. So for those dApp owners who doesn't want to spend resource on creating your own wallet, you can choose to use the Zion Vault SDK, which will provide a secure hardware wallet, and it's user-friendly as well. We're also open to work with projects that believe in people owning their own data, decentralization, and allowing users to practice these beliefs. We have these are the available functions from the API and SDK we're allowing. And one thing that's a little bit special is the slice. We have this slice insert that you could, think of creative way of presenting an information from your dApp directly on Zion or within your dApp. So that's a pretty cool function. An example is we are actually capturing a pricing history data directly on Zion. So that's something we would like to do for our users in the future. So that's a slice example. So join us to build a foundation of trusted security, or if you just want to say hi, we're always happy to learn more about the projects going on. There are so many just in the industry right now. And we're not trying to build everything on our own, and it's practically impossible. We are not perfect. We are pretty new to the industry, relatively speaking, and there is still a really long way to go, and we're just really happy and lucky to be part of this journey with the industry. So we have built a really cool platform, with our partners and some really cool SDK APIs. So please, if you are interested in expanding into the mobile community for blockchain, please feel free to contact us and find me or my team afterwards. Thank you so much.